There you have Blazhevich number 3. So first, I just want to say thanks to all the new subscribers to the channel, and thank you to all those that have been with me for a while. Really appreciate it. Obviously, now we're all in a time of distance learning and online tutorials and whatnot. So I hope these videos you find constructive. I hope you find them helpful as you continue down your musical path. And by all means, if you are working on something and you'd like me to work on it and put up a video for you, I'm happy to do that. Just shoot me a message in the comments section. I'm sure you can find my email, or I can post it somewhere. But by all means, let me know if there's any way I can help you in your own individual study as you work through this quote-unquote new normal that we're dealing with right now. So back to why we're here, or why I'm talking about this specific etude, Blazhevich number 3. Obviously, if you've been with this channel for a while, you know how I feel about the dotted 8/16 rhythm. So first and foremost, we really need to make sure that we're dialed in with our metronome, have your subdivision going, so you can really feel where that placement needs to be. It's easy to kind of fall into a swung or a triplet feel, especially if you're working on anything either right before or right after this that deals with that, or if you do also work through the jazz medium and are working on some swung etudes or charts you're working on. Beyond that, watch the pacing and dynamics. First and foremost, there is quite a bit of forte in here. I think you know, it can be easy to overdo these louder dynamics, especially in here. It's in a relatively comfortable range where we can kind of let loose a little bit. And because it is asking us to be decisive, and obviously usually when we're decisive, we're firm, we're very full in our feeling or what we want. So I think it's really easy to get overpowering in this. So by all means, work on your forte dynamic, but also understand that it's going to be really easy to edge out or approach bad sound, or just cause chip notes and inaccuracies from trying to overdo it. So I don't think you need to worry so much about the loud on this, but also just working on the pacing, starting in, what does that measure? 9, if I'm not mistaken. Piano, poco a poco crescendo. You know, we really have almost 8 full measures to get from piano to forte. So we don't want to get there too soon. Plus the line is getting higher as it is, so it's going to naturally crescendo just from the range standpoint that it's working towards. Beyond that, distinct contrast in style and articulation. I know there's a couple marcatos in here, but for the most part, you know, we're looking at accents, we're looking at staccato, and we're looking at the tenuto, legato, sostenuto, call it whatever you want. So we really want to make sure there's a firm distinction there. For me, especially when I get to the sostenuto section and I am playing legato, tenuto, I really almost just think slur with just the slightest bit of tongue at the front. I find that makes it a little bit easier to connect. As you are working on these, especially when you have these larger jumps, usually a 7th, in fact, I think they're all 7ths for the most part. Yeah, you know, from like D down to E natural, B flat down to C. I do find it's if you chop the last 8th note off a little bit too soon, so the D leading down to the E natural, or the B flat leading down to the C, that actually has, at least for me, impacted my ability to articulate that bottom note clearly. I feel like the note that precedes that interval, or the note that starts the interval, rather, I guess, I feel like if we keep that connected and almost think like a slur down to that bottom note, it's a lot easier to be smooth. Because one of the other points I wrote down in my little outline here, stay relaxed in the lower register, don't force it. Like I said, I almost feel like slurring that is probably easier in a lot of respects than just trying to articulate it. Now, there's certainly some merit to being able to still articulate it and get the style that you want, but especially if we are working on just the continuity and the clarity and the consistency, I found that really helps me get those bottom notes to speak out. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you new subscribers, thank you old subscribers. I look forward to be able to work with you, albeit from a distance, and be able to achieve our musical goals and keep walking our musical path. So as always, happy practicing and all the best. Stay healthy.